Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it looks like a partner direct has been announced for tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific time. That is my time. It looks like Nate the Hate was right. It was literally like the last day of the month. Like, I wonder if he was sweating a little bit. Maybe they were going to postpone it or something. Anyway, so rather than do a typical predictions video, I was going to break this up into three sections. First thing is going to be what we will see. Next thing will be what we might see. And then the last thing is what I hope we see at this partner direct. All right, so let's start with the what we will probably see. And that is, first off, Star Wars Outlaws by Ubisoft. This game was not well received on other platforms. In fact, I think right out of the gate, they updated it and everybody lost their progress on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X versions. I did not touch the game. I had zero interest in it, but I don't know. I still don't have any interest in it. I'm not a big Star Wars fan unless it's like the main characters or I get to make my own character. Star Wars for me kind of ended after they destroyed the franchise with the Rey trilogy. The way that ended, this just wasn't for me. I have had little interest in Star Wars. Except for like the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian was really good. They should just make a Mandalorian game where you're not necessarily a character from the TV show, but just a Mandalorian in general. I think that'd be a really cool game. All right, number 2 would be Borderlands 4. They just announced the release date. They're probably going to show that off quite a bit on the Nintendo Switch 2. Next up would be Final Fantasy VII Intergrade. I know it's an old game, but it's a big release for the Nintendo Switch, I think. Like, I don't know, like, I played it back when it came out. I played it when it came to PS5. I have zero interest to play it again. Like, it's a really good game, except I'm not a big fan of the battle system because it forces you to switch between characters rather than letting you just pick your favorite character and play through the entire game that way. I really wish you could do that. I hate having to switch to every character because they all have different, abilities and stuff. It forces you to use them all to beat the later bosses in the game. So, I don't know, it forces you to switch around and experiment, which I just want to pick one character and play through the whole game. I think that'd be a lot more fun, for me anyway. Next up is Silksong. I know they're going to show it at the Xbox, or it's supposed to come to the Xbox, but I feel like now would be the good time for that. Personally, I could care less about this game. There is so many people that are like over the moon for Silksong, and they keep asking for Silksong. I did not play Hollow Knight, so I don't have like that love for it. But yeah, so far we're not looking good. I do care about Borderlands, but I'm probably not going to get that on the Switch 2 because Randy came out and said that it's 30 FPS with dips, and that's pretty bad. All right, now the next game I am excited for, and this is probably one of my most anticipated games for the rest of the year, and that's Daemon X Machina Tectonic Scion. I'm just going to call it Daemon X Machina 2. That is coming to the Nintendo Switch, I want to say next month. Or no, in September. It's coming in September. Not, I keep thinking it's August, but no. It's not coming till September. We'll probably see more information about that game. It's maybe more of the character creation and customization options. That game looks freaking awesome. I cannot wait to play that. I played the first one. I really liked the first one. Now, the last game on this list for what we will probably see, and I know we'll probably see a lot more games, but this is just the main ones that I was thinking of. Next one is Madden. We're probably definitely going to see Madden. That's a huge, huge franchise. And it hasn't been on the Nintendo Switch. Wait a minute. It didn't come to the Nintendo Switch. It hasn't been on the Nintendo platform for a very long time. So having Madden come back will be big for the platform. I'm not a big Madden guy. The last one I played was 2006. But I understand how important it is for Madden fans and how important it is for the Switch too. Because imagine being able to play Madden anywhere. If you're a huge football fan and that's all you care about, being able to play it anywhere, that's pretty big. All right, now on to the what we might see. Now, a lot of these games are already out and have been announced for the PlayStation 5. So let's just get right into this. So one of the biggest games coming to the PlayStation 5 for me personally is Digimon Time Stranger. I really want that game on the Switch 2 because RPGs, for me, I can play it while I'm doing other stuff. I can power level. I can get through segments and stuff like that while watching TV. I really want that game on the Switch 2, but if it's not going to come till next year, I'll probably just bite the bullet and buy it on the PlayStation 5. I definitely want that game. It looks better than Pokemon ZA, at least from what they've shown us. I mean, obviously Digimon's being designed for more powerful hardware. I loved the Cyber Sleuth games. I can't wait for this one. This one looks phenomenal. Next up is a game you might not have heard of, and it's based off an anime, and that's Eden's Zero. The anime is really cool. You're like this kid that has gravity powers, and in the game you can use those gravity powers and fly around a big open area. It kind of feels like a PS3 game as far as combat is concerned. It has fan service, like most anime games do, but it's just a really fun game to play. They have a demo of it on the PlayStation 5. I bought it on PlayStation 5, but if it came to the Switch, I'd probably buy it again on the Switch because it's just such a fun, unique game. Like I said, the combat's not the greatest, but it's easy. That's not why I like it. I just like it because of they really captured the anime, and they really captured his gravity powers. I was shocked at how good it was, and it's not just a stupid arena fighter like most of these anime games are. Like, I was really bummed that My Hero One's Justice is just a stupid arena fighter. It'd be really cool to get like an adventure action game. So I was shocked that Eden Zero wasn't an RPG, wasn't a arena fighter. It was actually an action game, and it's really fun to play. Next up, and since Sony is like kind of dipping their toe in the waters here for putting their games on other systems, even though this isn't 100% owned by Sony, I'm going to say Stellar Blade. They were hinting at Stellar Blade coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. It'd be really cool to see it tomorrow. Like, maybe they'll show it and then it'll come out next year. Stellar Blade would be a big get because it's such a popular game and polarizing game. Like, it'd be really cool to see it on Switch. And we talked about this in my video I made yesterday about Sony games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. One of the biggest reasons I want it on the Switch 2 is for the Nintendo collaborations, because they love to do collaborations. It'd be really cool to get Zero Suit Samus outfit for it. Maybe her cool normal suit Samus would be awesome. Like I said in my other video, the red and orange suit, that'd be awesome with their blaster and everything. Oh, that'd be really cool if they went the extra mile and gave the Nintendo version some extra outfits. That would be awesome. Now, number 4, and this was announced kind of like under the radar, and this franchise is huge because of this trilogy right here, and that's Altair Ryza Collection. Now, they said it's coming to the Switch 2, but I feel like this would be a perfect spot to show it, and then it's going to get Switch 2 upgrades, so I think it's coming to the Switch and the Switch 2, but it'll have Switch 2 upgrades, because if you played those games on the original Switch, they didn't look that great. I have the first one on the Switch, and then I bought rebought the first and second one on the PlayStation 5 because the graphics were way better. But I feel like they'll show that tomorrow. And a huge collection. It'll probably be digital only or a key card, because that's a lot of DLC and a lot of probably space it's going to take up. So I hope you guys got a big memory card. And then the last thing of what we might see is just a lot of Switch 2 editions of Switch 1 games, like third-party games. Like a lot of games that haven't been announced as Switch 2 editions yet, that have a Switch 1 version, will probably get announced. All right, now on to what I hope we see tomorrow. Now, this is just like what I want to see personally. I doubt any of this will be in there, but I would love it to be. The first thing would be a new Mega Man game. Now is the time to get Mega Man out there. The Switch 2 is really hot. All eyeballs are on it. Everybody wants to see what's coming to it next. This would be the perfect time to showcase whatever Mega Man game might be in the works. Would be right now. Like, I would love to see maybe Mega Man Legends 3 show up. Like, they actually went back and finished it. That could be what's taken so long. Maybe a reboot of Mega Man Legends. Maybe a Mega Man Legends collection with the first 2 games and Tron Bond game. I forget what it's called, but the one with Tron Bond in it. And that one's like $400 or $300 if you try to go buy it at a local retro game store, especially if it's complete. It's one of those rare, expensive games. I just want a new Mega Man game. And hopefully it's not just another 2D Mega Man game, because we have a gajillion of those. I really hope if they ever bring back Mega Man, it's some sort of third-person game. Whether it be Legends, whether it be a reboot of the original in 3D or third person, or my favorite Mega Man X franchise rebooted as a third person action game. That would be awesome. Now, the next one is a new Monster Hunter Stories game. So Monster Hunter Stories 3. At the very least, I would like to see Switch 2 versions of the first two games. Monster Hunter Stories, to me, is probably one of my favorite 3DS and Switch games, because on the 3DS, the first game came out, loved the game, played it to death, and I was shocked at how it did open world before Pokemon did. Like, this game had a big open world that could fly around on a dragon, and before Pokemon did it. I just thought it was hilarious. And then, obviously, the second one improved upon the first one in almost every way. Combat, visuals, story, everything. I really hope those two get Switch 2 editions, and we get the announcement to celebrate the Switch 2 editions, like the announcement of the third game. I really hope I think it's been long enough. It's been, like 5 years since the second one came out? I would love a third entry in this franchise, and I really hope it comes to the system. Now, we're getting into the weirdness here. Since Microsoft has been teasing bringing their games to both Nintendo Switch 2 and the Sony PlayStation everywhere, I wouldn't be shocked if we see Halo tomorrow. Like, whether it be the collection, I don't think they'll do the collection. I think they'll try to break up the games to make more money. Because if they put the entire collection on there, why would you buy anything else? Like, kind of like they're doing with Gears on the PlayStation 5. They're releasing them separately. That way they can maximize profit. That makes a lot more sense, financially for them. But obviously for us, we kind of just want to buy the whole collection. But I feel like what they're doing is they're going to get the first Halo remastered. They're supposedly working on a remaster of the first game. They're going to put it on the Switch. They're going to put it on the PlayStation 5. Get everybody hooked on the franchise. Then probably release a remastered Halo 2, Halo 3. And then whenever they make that new Halo game that they're working on, it's only going to be on Xbox to start, and then it'll go to other systems. That way they try to trick you into going into their ecosystem, if that makes any sense. I have a feeling that eventually Xbox is just going to release their games on every platform at the same time. I mean, why fight it? They're pretty much done anyway. Halo on Nintendo Switch. Imagine having Master Chief, Kratos, and Mario all on the same system. I don't think I'd ever buy another PlayStation or Xbox ever again if everything is just on the Nintendo Switch. That would be freaking insane. All right. Next up to follow Halo is Gears. I feel like the Gears of War franchise will probably make its appearance on the Nintendo Switch. After that, we're going to say Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. This game ain't doing so well on the PlayStation 4 and then the Xbox One. And then you could obviously play them on the Series X and PS5 via backwards compatibility. I feel like since they made it for the base PS4 and the Xbox One, they haven't really done much upgrades for it or anything like that on those systems. But I feel like the Switch 2 could easily handle it if they made it for the base PS4. It'd be really cool, and it'd be a shot in the arm for that MMO for Phantasy Star Online 2, New Genesis. If that does come to the Switch 2, I'll probably get back into playing it again. I have almost 1,000 hours played on it. I started on the Xbox, and then when they went to PlayStation, I went to the PlayStation version. So yeah, I played the living crap out of it. If you do get it, make sure you play the original game first, because there's two games mixed in there. There's Phantasy Star Online 2, which is the older version that's like 10 years old, which is mixed in there, and your stuff carries over to the new game, except for like weapons and stuff don't work in the new game, if that makes sense. But like obviously your level doesn't cross over, but all your creation stuff does, which is really cool. So if you create a character, it'll translate to the new game, and if you use the new game's model, then you can look like the new game model in the old game. It's really weird how they did it, and I think it's cool because rather than starting from scratch, it's just right there on the same launcher. All your stuff is cross-compatible for the most part, except for a couple weapons. And it's really fun. It's a really fun game. I would say the original is much, much better because it has 10 years of content, and it has a bunch of different levels and zones and stuff. Whereas Phantasy Star New Genesis is big open zones with a lot less stuff to do. So I kind of wish they went the zone route like the original Phantasy Star. If anything, it'd be cool to get Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2 in a collection on the what is that? The Switch Online. That'd be really cool for the GameCube. Now, next thing is Starlink 2, but just with Star Fox. So Starlink, I played it again on this channel just to show you guys how it would run, or how it ran on the Switch 2, and it really made me want another one with Star Fox, like where you can get in and out of the ship. Again, that would probably be a first-party thing, but since Ubisoft made it, maybe it would be at this Partner Direct, like a showcase of their partners making a Star Fox game. I think that'd be freaking awesome. And then last on this list, and I just wrote down random, I didn't like put my most anticipated or whatever, I would love to see a sequel to Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Frontiers 2 with a Chao Garden, like in Sonic Adventure Battle 2 and Sonic Adventure. I don't know why they never brought back the Chao Garden, or at least made a phone game of it. That whole Chao thing was so fun. It made the game last way longer than it should have after you've beaten the game, because you just go raise Chaos and have them race and fight. I really want them to implement that back into the franchise, since they refused to make Sonic Adventure 3. I feel like Sonic Frontiers is kind of like the spiritual successor to Sonic Adventure. So Sonic Frontiers 2 with the Chao Garden, with all that stuff, but way more elaborate, a lot more stuff to do, races. I mean, allowed you to take the little Chao guy, take over him and fight with, button commands and stuff like that. There's endless possibilities what they could do with that. That would be freaking fun, especially on the Switch too. Like, then you can just raise little creatures on Switch 2. They can make the Chao thing a lot more elaborate. They could have like third-party things in there. They could have DLC. They can go nuts with the Chao Garden. That's why it's like, why is it not in there? It makes no sense. So anyway, there you have it. Those are my what we will see, what we might see, and what I hope we see at tomorrow's Partner Direct. Thank you for watching. Sound in the comments below, and as always, stay frosty.